Hi, I'm Chris. After suffering from CFS for 6 years, I fully recovered. I created this healing program to guide and support you on your healing journey from CFS, Fibromyalgia, Long COVID, and related syndromes. If you haven't watched the previous videos in this series, I recommend starting from the beginning, as each video builds on the last. You can find them for free on my website at healing-space.online. In the previous video, we explained what the autonomic nervous system is and how too much stress can dysregulate it, leading to the many symptoms we experience. In this video, we'll focus on understanding what stress is, the many forms it can take, and when it becomes harmful. We can think of stress as an umbrella term for all the various pressures we experience in life. It's important to note that stress comes in many forms and shapes, and often goes unnoticed. Stress can be both positive and negative, depending on its intensity and duration. Up to a certain point, stress can be energizing, motivating, and challenging, leading to increased performance. This positive stress, known as Eustress, is typically short-term and manageable, promoting personal growth and resilience. However, when stress becomes chronic, it overwhelms the body's ability to cope and adapt. This negative stress, known as de-stress, can have damaging effects on physical and mental health, leading to a range of symptoms and chronic conditions. Stress can be acute or chronic. Acute stress is short-term stress that comes and goes quickly. It is generally not harmful and can even be beneficial. It helps us respond quickly, think clearly, and focus on the task at hand. Once a stressful situation is resolved, the body naturally returns to its baseline state, allowing us to recover. For example, being late for an appointment or narrowly avoiding a car collision are situations where acute stress kicks in, helping us react quickly. But once the moment passes, the body calms down and returns to normal. Chronic stress, on the other hand, is long-term stress that affects us over extended periods. This long-term activation of the stress response without periods of rest can be harmful. For instance, obvious stressors such as demanding jobs with tight deadlines, financial pressures, or relationship strains can keep the body in a heightened state of alert. However, it's not just these overt challenges. Many of us also experience more subtle, often unnoticed stressors stemming from personality traits or habits like perfectionism, being overly achievement-oriented, controlling, impatient, worried, self-critical, or prone to overthink. As we will see in later videos, these often unnoticed patterns add significant stress to our system. These combined stressors, whether obvious or subtle, continuously activate the stress reaction, preventing the body from entering a state of recovery. Over time, this can lead to significant health consequences, as the body is not designed to endure such prolonged stress without opportunities to rest and heal. Stress can be conscious, subconscious, or unconscious, meaning it's entirely possible to be stressed without even realizing it. Many of us believe that stress has nothing to do with our condition. But as we gain a deeper understanding of stress, we often discover that we're carrying a significant amount of chronic, ongoing stress. This hidden stress plays a key role in keeping us trapped in illness. Stress can be real or imagined, and both have a profound impact on our health. Real stress involves actual, tangible pressures or challenges. For instance, a student preparing for final exams may feel stressed due to deadlines and the need to perform well. Similarly, we might experience real stress from physical symptoms such as fatigue, pain, or difficulty completing daily tasks. Imagined stress, on the other hand, arises from hypothetical or exaggerated scenarios that may never happen. For example, constantly worrying about losing a job or fearing that something doesn't go as planned during an event can create stress. Regarding our illness, imagined stress might include overthinking how others perceive our condition or worrying excessively about not recovering. Stress can be physical, mental, or emotional, and each type plays a significant role in our overall stress load. Physical stress includes challenges to the body, such as intense exercise, viral or bacterial infections, injuries, or surgeries. For us, persistent symptoms like fatigue, widespread pain, dizziness, or difficulty breathing create a constant physical strain. Sensory sensitivities such as intolerance to light or sound can overwhelm the body further, adding to the stress load. Mental stress involves cognitive demands or uncertainties such as giving a presentation, handling uncertainties, or managing daily responsibilities. For us, managing limited energy and deciding how to prioritize tasks can create significant mental pressure. Worrying about the unpredictability of symptoms or fearing a post-exertional crash adds a layer of ongoing mental strain that many others might not experience. Emotional stress arises from our feelings and reactions to life events such as relationship breakups, feelings of anxiety, frustration, or anger over life challenges. For us, frustration, guilt, or sadness about being unable to participate in work, social events, or daily activities is common and considered emotional stress. Feelings of hopelessness about recovery or anger at being misunderstood by others further amplify emotional stress, making it harder to cope. Now that we have explored the many shapes and forms of stress, it's hopefully clear that all these types contribute to our total stress load. This accumulated stress impacts the autonomic nervous system, keeping it dysregulated and trapping us in illness. Recognizing these forms of stress is essential for managing and reducing their effect. Regardless of whether a stressor is real or imagined, physical, mental, or emotional, our body automatically initiates a stress reaction to cope with it. The body's stress response system, also known as the fight or flight reaction, is triggered whenever we perceive something as challenging, threatening, or demanding. The sympathetic nervous system kicks in, mobilizing the body to deal with perceived threats or dangers by releasing hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones put us into a heightened state of arousal, preparing us to either confront the threat or escape from it. For instance, our heart beats faster to bring more oxygen to the muscles. Our muscles tense Vision increases so that we can notice our surroundings better. Our hearing becomes sharper. We are in a state of maximum focus. We start to sweat to cool off quicker. Breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Blood thickens, which prepares us for bodily injuries. Things we don't need get shut down. Blood flows away from the hands, feet, and skin to the large muscles that are most needed for fighting or fleeing. The body also suppresses non-essential functions such as sex drive, digestion, and immune responses to conserve energy for dealing with the immediate threat. This stress reaction is great for short-term threats or immediate demands, where quick action is needed. However, it is not well suited for the ongoing emotional and mental challenges that we face in modern life. The stress reaction is a powerful and ancient survival mechanism designed to protect us from immediate physical threats by preparing the body for a quick action. In early human history, survival often depended on our ability to react instantly to dangers in the environment, such as encountering a predator or escaping natural hazards. For instance, when an early human came face to face with a wild animal, the stress reaction kicked in automatically, flooding the body with hormones to increase heart rate, muscle tension, and focus. This prepared them to fight the threat or flee to safety. Once the danger was gone, their bodies would naturally return to a calm, relaxed state. In modern life, however, these physical threats are rare. Instead, we mostly encounter emotional and mental stressors that, while not life-threatening, still activate the same stress reaction. The body doesn't differentiate between a predator and modern stressors. It perceives them all as threats, triggering the same physiological response. For instance, looming work deadlines, financial worries, or social pressures can activate the stress reaction. When suffering from CFS, Fibromyalgia, or Long COVID, persistent symptoms, the unpredictability of crashes, and feelings of guilt or frustration over missed activities add an extra layer of constant strain. Even small decisions like how to spend limited energy can feel overwhelming and trigger further stress. These stress reactions cause our heart rate to increase, breathing to quicken, and muscles to tense up, all designed for immediate action even when the threat isn't physical. In short-term, acute situations, this physiological stress reaction is helpful, enhancing focus and readiness. However, when triggered repeatedly or for prolonged periods, it can become harmful, keeping the body in a heightened state that is difficult to recover from. Even in modern life, this physiological stress reaction is great in short-term acute situations. For instance, when we need to respond quickly in traffic or face an important task like an exam or presentation, the stress reaction can enhance our performance. However, the issue arises when this reaction is triggered repeatedly or for prolonged periods by ongoing, non-physical stressors that never fully resolve. This is what we call chronic stress. Modern-day stressors like continuous work demands, financial pressures, relationship tensions, and social expectations can keep our bodies in a heightened state of alertness far longer than intended. The same thing is true when we have difficult thoughts and emotions about our illness. Each time we fight against our symptoms and illness, worry about our future, or ruminate about the past, we trigger our stress reaction, making it difficult to recover. I know this video was packed with a lot of information on stress. You don't need to understand it all right now, as we'll go over these ideas again more slowly as the program progresses. For now, here's a quick overview. Stress is a broad term that includes many types of life pressures. Much of our stress is subconscious, meaning that just because we don't feel stressed, we most likely experience significant stress even when we are just resting at home. The fight or flight reaction is useful for physical threats, but becomes problematic when triggered frequently by modern emotional and mental stressors. There's a mismatch between our ancient stress reaction and today's ongoing stress. Unlike our ancestors who faced short bursts of stress with recovery time, we often live with chronic stress and little opportunity to rest. This prolonged fight or flight state affects both physical and mental health over time, leading to various health issues, symptoms, and illnesses. In the next video, we'll explore why chronic stress is harmful and how it can dysregulate our autonomic nervous system, pushing us into illness. If you'd like to continue, you can watch the complete introductory video series for free on my website at healing-space.online. This video series is designed to support you in healing from ME/CFS, fibromyalgia, long COVID, and related syndromes. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and follow. Thank you, and see you in the next video.